In this video, I am going to take this function f of x is equal to negative 7x plus 5 and find f of 3x minus 2. It's easy to solve these types of problems if you think of functions as input and output. Basically, you can think of a function f, you give it an input, it gives you an output. Of course, for each input there must be only one output. So our given function is f of, I'm going to use a different color here, f of x. X is the input, okay, and is defined as negative 7 times x plus 5. So I have used green to identify the input. So now what if I were to change this input to w, let's say. So it's going to be f of w is going to be negative 7 times w plus 5. What if I were to change this to f of z? That means my input is going to be z, so it's going to give me 7 times z plus 5. So whatever input you give the function is going to take this and multiply it by negative 7 and add 5 to it. So let's say if I gave it an input m, is going to take the input m, multiply it by negative 5, and is going to give me negative 5m, and then with that result the function is going to add 7. Now what if my input, by the way, is something else? So let's say 3x minus 2. What it is going to do, take 3x minus 2 and multiply it by negative 7 and add 5 to it. If it does that, then we can just simplify it using the distributive property. Negative 7 times 3x is negative 21x. Negative 7 times negative 2 is positive 14 plus 5, which is negative 21x plus 14 plus 5 is 19. So my f of 3x minus 2 is going to be negative 21x plus 19. So to summarize things here, always think of function as an input and output. Then it will help you kind of understand what goes as input, and you'd be able to find any function value. So remember, a function is a mapping between two sets where each input gives only one output. Or you could think of it as a black box. If you give it an input, it will give you an output, but with the rule that each input will give you only one output. I hope that this discussion was helpful. Thank you very much.